Hello and welcome to RamuneGaming. Today I'm going to be tackling the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable is a game that's been recently released on Steam by Galactic Calf. It was originally a Half-Life 2 mod, but now it has a demo and an official game. So I'm just going to be tackling the game today. It's sort of opened the same way the mod did. Your name is Stanley and you're in an office. Your job is to press buttons on a keyboard, but suddenly one day there's no orders to press buttons and there's no one in the office, so it's our job to explore. So let's get to it. Again, there might be narrator in the game, which I presume there is. I might not talk during those bits because it would be nice if you guys can hear it, so you get the story and everything. So we're going to head out here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So I'm going to the meeting room apparently. Let's see, I was in 427, so doors aren't accessible.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Red light there. Oh, turn the computer off. Was I meant to do that? Who knows? Right, let's go. Right. Don't know where the meeting room is. So I've just got to go through these doors. So, the meeting room should be somewhere, hopefully.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright. So it's doing the thing it did in the demo. It wants you to pick a path, and depending on the path you get a different ending and so on. So he told me to go left. I'm going to be a bit of a rebel and just go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
To the employee lounge. Hopefully there's people there. Probably not. Nope.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Nothing to do in here. Right, let's continue.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
Right,
left.
it's doing it again. Right, I'm still going to be a rebel and just ignore it. Where am I now?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Blueprints. They were building something apparently. That reminds me of the portal room in the trailer. Right, there's a door over there. A key card. That's different. The rest had handles. Oh, what's this? Warning: do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Seems a bit obvious. Penalty for misuse 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, your life. Line sign. Right. So does it move? Yeah, it's moving.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps you've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision
I could jump
by
down
yourself. I'm not asking for me.
Still, I've missed it.
I'm asking for...
Oh, I want to know what's down there. There's an open door over there. Oh, I should have done that. I should have jumped down. Damn it all.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Someone's been waiting for me, apparently. There's nowhere else to go, so... Door shuts behind you. I hate it when games do that. Into a black room. Oh, there's a phone.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Alright. Flashback. I don't know, it's gone white. Don't know what that means. White is not good. Door.
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
You're down.
Oh, what?
Gotcha. Oh,
Not very
come
nice.
on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to
Yes.
you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Right. Don't want to listen to him. He tricked me.
Sorry, but you're
What?
in my story now.
What? This is unfair. I want some power. I'm the player. Right. Mannequin.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named
Death?
Stanley.
What do you mean death? Oh. Press P on keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press X. Oh, I'm being forced to do stuff. Don't like
Look at
it.
him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
Can't jump.
Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press F.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press 2 to watch TV. Alright. Oh,
And so he began to
TV's gone.
fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
press I to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
So he's just describing what's happened in the game so far. So press B to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many
remember that.
directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Right, press G. Oh, 6. 6 to tell kids story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press K to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I don't know what's real anymore. I'm confused. I'm stuck to stand in this room forever. Oh, the environment changed. There's now a desk and cabinets. Press H to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
So doing it. Press 5.
You
Oh,
see,
room changed.
can he just not hear me?
Oh,
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I seem to be back in the starting room.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I
Please
tried
die.
again.
That's not very
Stanley
nice.
pushed a button, and I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button, and I tried.
Oh, what happened? Screen's gone black. Oh, loading screen. Yay, loading screens. Everyone loves loading screens.